judge is blocking Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency from accessing the payment system used by the Treasury Department. Early Saturday morning, the judge ruled only civil servants who need the system to do their jobs will have access. The ruling also requires any data downloaded by those who are now blocked must be destroyed. The order will remain in place until at least Friday, when there will be a hearing in a case brought by 19 Democratic state attorneys general seeking to prevent Musk and Doge from gaining access to the system. The first ever Super Bowl parade is underway in New Orleans today. City officials say the parade is meant to showcase the unique culture of the city. Kickoff between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles is set for 6:30 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. Fly, Eagles, fly. Who's your favorite team? I'm Lisa Carton.
From the KFOX 14 TV Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Evan Regan. We continue our warm-up going into the weekend. Saturday, 67, mostly sunny skies. Sunday, we turn a bit breezy, maybe some gusts near 20 miles an hour, but even warmer, 75 for the second half of the weekend, and then even warmer for the beginning of next week. 77, partly cloudy on Monday, near 80 in some spots on Tuesday. If we get to 79, that would tie our record high in El Paso. From the KFOX 14 TV Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Evan Regan.
Look at all these people getting lean with soda. 8,941 reviews. SodaWeightLoss.com. SOTA stands for state-of-the-art weight loss. You will love the fact that with Soda Weight Loss, there are no points to count, no painful injections to take, and they do not sell you stuff.
About halfway through the program, I was able to stop taking all my medication for blood pressure and for diabetes.
Now that I've lost the weight, I feel fantastic. My belt is on its last notch. I need to punch a hole and make it smaller. Coworkers have noticed that I've lost weight.
Right now, for the month of February, join Soda Weight Loss with a loved one or a friend, and both of you can start for the price of one. Don't wait. This special Valentine's Partner Program won't last long. Go to SodaWeightLoss.com to read real reviews and request a free nutritionist consultation. Go to SodaWeightLoss.com. That's S-O-T-A weightloss.com. Soda, it's state-of-the-art.
Good afternoon. It's another weekend here in the heart of the Dusty Chihuahua Desert in West Texas. You're listening to the Medical Hackers, however you may be tuned in this week. And I'm your host, Dr. Sandeep Rao. I'm here to bring the borderland latest information in healthcare, medicine, and technology. On the show, I consider myself a hacker in the positive sense, a hacker using my intimate knowledge of the medical system to help in breaking down some of the barriers to accessing new medical technologies and current healthcare information. So I have Judy here again with me.
Hey, Dr. Rao, it's always good to be here with you, brother.
Yeah, it's great to have you. Now, have you heard of the Quandemic? The Quandemic.
The Quan. I've heard of Quan, but not the Quandemic.
Well, so what they are calling this thing called the Quandemic, or even the Quaddemic, actually it's probably more the Quaddemic because it's four things, is this, there's this nationwide surge in flu, RSV, which is a respiratory syncytial virus, and the one that we've grown to know and love for many years now, COVID-19, and a new one, which is the norovirus.
Wow.
Okay. So this is something that a lot of folks looking at public health or even your primary care docs, they might be seeing it. But the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control, is saying that we're starting to see all these peaking almost at the same time. So when we start looking at typical winter viruses, the common ones are, of course, influenza, RSV, and in the most recent years, COVID. Now, they've been looking at lab tests of people who've been tested for flu. Now, 30% of lab tests are coming back for flu specifically, and that rate is actually trending higher than in prior years. Now, when we look at RSV, the respiratory syncytial virus, again, that number has actually peaked in recent weeks, but it's kind of come down, but it's still at a very high level. And same thing, with COVID, it's not at the same peak that we saw, you know, back when it was at its most powerful back in the 2020.
Yeah.
But it is definitely still at a higher level now than at other seasons of the year.
And Dr. Rao, is COVID a different type of COVID nowadays, or?
It's all different strains. They have another strain that's come out. It's the virus has morphed a little bit, and so it is they do apply some of the similar medication, but the vaccine, they tend to tailor it for that particular strain if they can. Now, the one big thing that is different this year and why they're hailing this as a quademic is the norovirus. So this is considered to be one of the bigger years for norovirus. And I want to kind of get into that a little bit because it's not a respiratory virus classically. It's a virus that affects mostly the gastrointestinal tract, the lower GI. It can affect the stomach. It can affect the intestines as well. And so most folks might just refer to it as stomach flu or gastroenteritis.
And what are the symptoms for that, Dr. Rao?
Sure. So what most folks are seeing is you might start initially feeling, you might get a little nauseous, you might have fever, you might have vomiting, it can progress to diarrhea. But in general, what you tend to see is for 24 to 48 hours, you're in this state of significant misery from these symptoms. Now, what makes it a little bit more difficult and deceptive to deal with is that you go through that 24 or 48 hour period, a couple of days, and you think you're all clear. You feel great. You want to go up and at 'em. But you can actually be contagious for up to 2 weeks.